stained a deep, fleshy red behind the clouds. The grass, usually so vibrant, looked dry and dead. I tried to move him. I pressed the right arrow key. He didn't run. He limped, forcing my view. Tails turned around. My breath caught in my throat. His eyes, they were gone. Just empty black sockets with blood pouring out like tears, dripping down his matted fur and splashing onto the ground below. His mouth opened, but no sound came out, just a silent, shaking scream. Then the screen flashed with 2 words, "To slow." In an instant, Sonic lunged forward. The screen cut to pitch black. I heard screaming. Not a sound from the game, not a digitized cry. It was real. Slow. Deliberate. When the image finally returned to the screen, Sonic stood alone again. His mouth was stretched into a wide, broken smile, his teeth stained and soaked in blood. I had to close this. I slammed Alt plus F4. Nothing. I grabbed my mouse. I was trapped. Before I could even process what to do next, the level changed. Everything was purple and black. And then I saw him. Knuckles. He was hanging from rusted chains, but he was still alive. His chest was split wide open, his ribs exposed. He looked straight at the screen. Not at Sonic. At me. For help. For release. More text appeared. Watch carefully. Sonic walked forward slowly. He stopped right in front of Knuckles and tilted his head, studying him like a curious child with a new toy. And then, he jumped. He flew straight through Knuckles' open chest. Once, then went completely still. The timer was dropping faster now. 6:47. My hands were shaking so badly I could barely keep them on the keyboard. That's when I noticed something terrifying. The heavy breathing sound. The one I thought was coming from Sonic wasn't coming from my speakers anymore. It was in my room. It was right behind me. A cold sweat broke out across my entire body. I didn't dare turn around. I couldn't. There was no background. Just an endless, suffocating darkness. Disembodied faces, all clawing their way out of the shadows. You keep playing. You like this. You could have. Stopped. Sonic stopped walking. He slowly turned his head, facing the camera, facing me. His eyes zoomed in until they filled the entire screen. I saw myself, sitting there, face pale with terror. Blood began to stream from his eyes like tears. And then, he spoke. It wasn't text this time. It was a voice. A low. But my mouth was stretched open in a silent scream. My eyes were missing, and blood was pouring down my cheeks. I screamed, a raw primal sound that was torn from my lungs. The final level loaded. A single, cracked mirror stood in the middle of a vast, red void. Sonic walked up to it and faced his reflection. But the reflection inside wasn't Sonic. It was me. I was trapped inside the screen. One last word appeared on the screen. Trade. Sonic's smile stretched wider than ever before. Impossibly wide, inhuman. A deafening static noise erupted from my headphones. So sharp and loud it felt like my eardrums were burning. And then, silence. The game closed on its own. The file on my desktop was gone. My computer returned to normal, as if nothing had ever happened. I just sat there, frozen, drenched in sweat, my heart hammering against my ribs. I looked at the clock on my wall. Exactly 10 minutes had passed. Just a clever horror story. Just pixels on a screen. It wasn't real. It couldn't be. Then I heard running. Fast. Right behind me. And a familiar